Hi guys, Johnny Good here for realhomestudio.com. Today taking a look at some of the instruments bundled in with Studio One. As always, just before we dive straight in, I want to remind you guys to please like and subscribe up to the channel. If you've got something to say, please do drop it in the comments box below. So today, taking a look at some of the instruments bundled in with Sonos Studio One. I'm running Studio One 5 and was running Studio One 4 for a long time, and the same instruments came bundled with both. So chances are, if you've got Studio One right now, you're going to have these instruments bundled in, and they are particularly powerful and very, very useful. I wanted to do this video today just to highlight what you already have no doubt got in your DAW, not just in Studio One, but any DAW is always totally worth checking out. It can be really tempting to start plucking free plugins from here, there, and thinking you need to buy a whole bunch of stuff, but often, me included, it's really easy to overlook a lot of the powerful stuff that you've got bundled that you've already paid for in your own DAW. So in this track that I was working on this week, I utilised a lot of the stuff, particularly the instruments, which we're going to have a look at today, from Studio One. The first thing I actually want to share with you is their sampler, which I've got right in front of me here, and I wanted to share it with you because I was just having a bit of fun with this. This is Sample 1 XT, and I sampled, we've got a particularly noisy cat, and I wanted to sample him and just generally see what his reaction was, and I forgot how much fun it is sampling and building tracks. I'm actually going to use the sample of my cat and build a fun piece of stock music, which will be good fun. But I sampled the cat, and it sounds like this. Right, and it can be really good fun straight away, making like a kind of catatron. But it's really easy to play around with. I used to love sampling a lot when I was younger. This is such an easy sampler to use, just to trim your samples down and get them really usable really easily. Once you've sampled and edited, you can have a play around with all the different settings down here and do a whole host of stuff to your sample. It's a great sampler. A whole lot of fun and really powerful too. Next up is Impact XT, which I use for the drums of this track. Really nice sounding kit actually for this is for lo-fi stuff. Really nice nice kick and snare. What's really nice about a lot of the bundles and presets you get in here, of which there are lots and lots and lots, is it's not just drum sounds you get bundled in Impact. It's a lot of usable sounds as well, which you can sort of build up your kit with. So you get your basic kit patterns, but often there's a few really cool sound effects in there that you can have a lot of fun with. I really like using this because it reminds me a lot of using the old Akai MPC, which I used to use in my 20s, and I really liked using the MPC. In fact, it was 16 drum pads just like this one, so it's very reminiscent. And as I say, it's bundled with some really quality sounds, easily as good as any drum machine which you're going to be picking up online, particularly for the free stuff. The sounds are really quality, very usable. Sounds really good in this mix. Let me just play that to you. Just fits a treat. Okay, let's move on to some of those interesting sounds that are going on in this mix. And for that, I reached for Presence. Again, this is bundled within Studio One, a really powerful synthesizer. I've got it set here on Moog strings. You can see they're all bundled into folders. You've got drum kits, effects, guitar, keyboards, percussion, strings, synths, Vox. Some of the Vox stuff sounds really cool. And then you've got some extra bonus stuff as well down here. Let me just play to you what I did with this, which was Moog strings. And I'll show you some of those Voxes as well, because they do sound good. So just using that Moogy string sound. Just underpinning those pianos. And just to show you the quality of this synth, I just want to share with you some of the Vox sounds, which I think just sound brilliant. Very usable. There's a whole bunch of them just in that Vox folder alone. Loads of great synths, loads of great strings. It's a really, really cool synth, and you will find it lurking away in your copy of Studio One. And finally, something which I utilised absolutely loads of from within Studio One was the use of their loops, which are bundled in with the DAW. So if you just go along from this menu here where you find your instruments and effects, next up you find loops, and within there you've just got a whole bunch of subfolders and folders of loops, creative loops, guitar loops, keyboard loops. What I used was a lot of the percussive loops. So yeah, absolutely loads and loads of folders and subfolders. You know, there's so much within Studio One when you start diving in, and these loops are really, really useful. Let me just show you what I did. I just started building these loops up in this track to actually build up a really nice rhythm pattern with lots of texture. Certainly enabled me to, you know, develop this track really quickly as well. That's another thing with having these loops built into your DAW. It just really speeds up your workflow. So there's one. Just some claps there. A bit more percussion there as well. I think further on in the track as well, we've got another loop here. And then all together, builds up a really lovely textured rhythm pattern just by dragging and dropping those loops from that menu and dropping them into your DAW. Couldn't be simpler than that. So that's building up tracks, just utilizing what's already in Studio One 5. There's some really powerful stuff, well worth checking out. Hope you found that video useful today. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe. Most importantly, guys, go have yourselves a great day.